All right, what's up, peoples? Listen, this is the first video that I'm going to post to YouTube, or the second video of actually the first video of me telling a funny ass story. As you can see, the shirt, stay humble, hustle hard. All right, so here's the deal. Like I said, I live a funny life. Just to start off by sharing my story to where I become Giovanni today. I started off as a little kid, born in Manhattan, raised in the Bronx, then moved to Long Island. Shout out to my parents. I love you. Thank you for, giving me life, giving me everything. I remember when I was in elementary school, I was a fat kid. I'm still a fat kid. So I remember going home, seriously, I'm actually gonna get a little tears now. I remember going home crying to my parents like, man, these kids are making fun of me, everybody's making fun of me. I remember going into the closet, my parents' closet, just crying like a little bitch. I was just crying. These kids making fun of me, blah, 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 I grew up fighting. Me and my brother grew up fighting from elementary school in the Bronx because nobody likes, anybody making fun of them, right? So I remember my parents telling me, listen, why don't you just not let it get to you? Just, if they make fun of you, just don't laugh. Or, you know what? Laugh at the jokes. And if you do that, they'll leave you alone. So I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then, of course, one day I was like, all right, like Kevin Hart says, all right. I says, let me try that shit. So, kids come at me as a little kid, and I was, elementary school, and I was like, they started making fun of me. So I says, man, that ain't funny. Ha, 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 whatever, whatever. And I did that a couple of times, and sure enough, they left me alone. I was like, shit. You know what they say? Listen to your parents. They know what they're talking about. So from that day on, I just, pretty much turned the frown upside down, and I started just, laughing at the jokes, or laughing at, myself. And from that day on, and now here I am. I just turned 50 in May, and I can tell you right now, based on what my life is about now, I give zero fucks. Zero. I don't care. I'm funny myself. I make fun of myself. I've lived a funny life, so here I am, deciding, or should I say, my best friend, E-Dog, E-Do as we call him. He's been telling me for years, yo, you tell the funniest stories, man. Why don't you go to stand up, go, bring that shit to stage. And I was like, whatever. And then I remember not too long ago, I told him this story that I'm going to tell you now. I told him, and he was cracking the fuck up. He was like, yo, I'm telling you, man, you got to bring this shit to stage. I was like, all right. So, make a long story boring, as he says, I went through a situation with the VA military. I'm, a disabled veteran about a couple of weeks ago. And that situation, which I'm going to share that story the night of my event. You got to come. It's going to be crazy. That situation had me really thinking like, man, maybe I'm built for this shit. Okay. So I haven't practiced. I don't practice like Allen Iverson says. Practice? What the fuck you mean practice? I actually met the so-called comic that performed at the Improv open mic last month, and she won. And I was like, oh snap. I started asking her questions, and me, I'm goofy. I was like, are you funny? Tell me something funny. And she wasn't really funny. And I was like, no, you're not funny. I'm funny, bitch. And she's like, why you calling me a bitch? I said, well, that's just, I'm not saying calling you a bitch. I'm just kind of, exclamation point, bitch, And she's cracking up. Her friends are cracking up. And blah, blah, blah. So here we go. I used to work outside sales for many years, many years. So here I go with the company. This was back in 2019, before the pandemic. Or actually, I'm sorry, right when the pandemic hit, a couple of months into it, where they let us go back out in the field. So here I go. I'm going up to a customer's house, door to door. I had an appointment. She didn't know it was coming. It was just the way they worked it. So I'm going to the appointment, and I'm like, oh, shit, I got to go to the bathroom. I got to take a shit. I think I got to take a shit. Like, oh, my goodness. you know what, let me hurry up and hopefully she ain't going to buy nothing, so I get the heck out of here, because I don't want to take a shit in the customer's house, you know what I mean? So I go up to the house, and I'm like, yeah, blah, 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 and I speed it up. I'm like, all right, man, thank you very much, have a good day, goodbye, bye. Man, I run out to the car, I'm like, oh shit, I got to go bad. Fuck, I'm about to shit on myself, like literally take a shit on myself. And right away I'm thinking, where the hell do I live? How far am I? And I'm like, all right, fuck, I'm about to, what they call it, shat myself. I'm about to shat myself. So I go to Maps, and I look the closest Publix, which is a supermarket in South Florida, which I always go to the bathroom there. So I'm like, where the hell is the closest Publix? 5 minutes away, holy shit. So I'm driving. I didn't put the music on. I wasn't trying to think about nothing. I was just trying to get to the bathroom. And any of you out there that's been through this situation, you can actually relate to this. This is crazy. So I'm driving like a madman. I don't care. I'm speeding. I don't care, officer. If I get pulled over, yeah, I got shit. I'm sorry. I gotta go. So I pull up to the supermarket. I just parked closest spot. I don't remember if it was handicapped. I didn't give a shit. I needed to go. So I get out of the car. As I'm walking really fast, I'm like squeezing my ass. I'm like this, like, oh shit, I'm about to shit myself. And I'm in company attire. Last thing you want to do is walk around with a big shit stain on my ass. So I'm, walking pretty fast, and I see this dude come out of nowhere. Any of you who've been through this situation, you know what I'm talking about. You got to go real bad. So I see this guy walking up to the supermarket, just like I was, and I was like, please, something just told me, please don't tell me you got to go to the bathroom too. Please don't tell me. I got to go. So I'm trying to beat him in, and then we go in, and we go different aisles and shit, and he's going this way, and something told me, watch, this motherfucker got to go to the bathroom too. Like, please, no, I got to go. Now, Publix usually has 2 toilets. This particular Publix only has 1. Holy shit. I rush, and sure enough, he just beats me like by seconds. I'm like, fuck. He goes in the toilet. I'm like, sir, I'm sorry. I know you just got in there. Are you going to be long? Because I really, really got to go. And I'm sitting there like this. This shit is about like, what's it called? The shit is peaking. The shit is peaking. I'm like squeezing my ass like a motherfucker. I'm like, oh shit. How long are you going to be? Just give me a little, hurry up. So I'm sitting there just standing there. Nobody's in the bathroom, just me and him. Standing there. Here goes a guy coming in the bathroom. And I'm like this. He's like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, man, I just really got to go. And he's like, go ahead. No, I got to take a dump. So he's like, all right. So he leaves. Now it's just me standing there in a supermarket bathroom by myself waiting for this guy to finish. So I'm like, sir, I'm sorry, but I really got to go. He's like, I'm sorry, man. I'll be as quick as I can. So I'm like, all right. I'm going to stop talking to you, so this way you do your thing, because I got to go. So I'm sitting there, I'm trying to calm down. Then I'm like, okay, feels like it went away. Oh, shit, this shit is back. God damn it. So I'm not talking, I'm just thinking to myself, like, shit. So I look in front of me, and there's a sink, and there's 2 urinals. So I'm like, fuck it, I got to go. I swear to God. I didn't have no fucking choice. I went, turned around, and took a shit in the fucking urinal. Like, squatted, took a shit in the urinal. Turned around, a big glob of shit just fucking sitting in the urinal. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? So I'm sitting there like this. All right, let me stand back. So I stand back, and I'm waiting. And I'm like, I feel good. I got rid of the shit. I didn't shit on myself. I looked, my pants, nothing. So I'm like, all right. Man. So I'm looking at the door. I'm like, man, and the whole bathroom smells like shit. There's a big pile of shit. If any of you know what I'm talking about, there's a big pile of shit in a fucking pee. As men, we use urinals. Big pile of shit in a urinal. So I'm sitting there trying not to look at it. And it's telling me, clean me up. Clean me up, buddy. Clean me up. And the shit is stinking. The whole bathroom is stinking like ass. So I'm like, fuck it. I can't just leave that there, right? It's kind of fucked up. So I went, I don't know who saw me go into the bathroom, right? Sometimes they be looking and shit. So I went, I grabbed some fucking paper towel, I swear to God. I grabbed some paper towel. I started scooping up the shit, throwing it in the garbage can. Like this. And I'm sitting there to myself. All I'm thinking to myself is, somebody's going to come in and smell it or see me grabbing this shit. The whole time. I don't know how long it felt like it was fucking 30 minutes. The whole time, nobody, not one motherfucking person came into the bathroom. If any of you know what I'm talking about, when you go to the bathroom at the supermarket, there's usually people coming in, people coming out. Excuse me, I gotta go, blah, blah, blah. Now, one person walked in the fucking bathroom. I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe it. I dump it in the toilet. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm good. I put a whole bunch of toilet paper to kind of cover up, mask the smell, still smell like shit. Oh, man, I'm sitting there like, oh, now I feel good. I'm like, fuck, let me leave. I'm good. I'm like, wait a second. I still gotta wipe my ass. Fuck. Sir, you almost done? Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. So I'm like, shit. I don't have to shit no more. Well, I don't think I do. But I'm like, I probably have a whole bunch of shit stuck up in my asshole. Man, I gotta go back to work. It's like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I can't fucking go home now. So I'm thinking, should I call my boss? Should I say, hey, listen, I gotta go home? So I don't know what to do. So I'm like, so finally this guy comes out. Sorry, man. I was like, no, it's all good. I gotta go. So I squatted on the toilet. I didn't even wipe the fucking toilet seat. If anybody knows, from what I heard, the dirtiest shit in the fucking world is a fucking public toilet seat. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, squatted. I wiped. Not a motherfucking lick of doo-doo. Doo-doo. Nothing. Like, wow, my fucking ass is clean? Like, what the fuck? Did I just squat and laid a whole fucking glob of shit in the fucking urinal and there's no doo-doo left? Like, holy shit. So I wiped myself again. There's nothing there. Holy shit. So I waited a minute. Sure enough, I was done. Like, I didn't have to go again. Fuck, I'm good. So do I just go back to work or what the fuck do I do? Bathroom still smells like shit. Then all of a sudden people start coming in. As soon as they walk in, they're like, God damn. What the hell? Who the fuck died up in here? And I was like, man, I don't know, man. The guy that just left, I think he was the one that fucking, me. I'm not pointing shit at me. As much as I like making fun of myself, I was like, shit, I don't know, man. That dude in there, he must have blew this shit up because this shit is crazy, right? And they're like, yeah. So I'm just, whatever, put my shit together, make sure I wash my hands like 10 million fucking times. And then, of course, somebody's like, hey, you almost finished? Yeah, I'm almost done. Let me tell you, man, I walked out of there like $1 million. I went right back to work. Fuck it. I have to go to work, make the money, blah, blah, blah. And pretty much that's the end of the story. I just wanted to share the short story. I know it took a little longer. It actually comes up at about 12 minutes. I know on November 18th, I'm going to have limited time, or should I say, from what I've been told by this comic that won last month, the more people that I bring, the more people that show up, the more time I have on stage, which means the more time I can spend telling stories, or the few stories that I do have or that I have in my head that I'm going to tell that night, I'll be able to be a little more elaborate, a little more detailed. A lot of times my friends always told me for years, they're like, yo, wrap it up, bro, wrap it up. You got to be a little quicker. I'm like, I know, but I want to make sure I catch all the important parts. And, I'm just practicing my craft. Now this is going to be my next hustle. If anybody knows me out there, shout out to all my chromies. I've been up and down, jobs within the last few years. This is my next movement. Everybody, either you're with me. I don't want to say you're against me, but either you're rolling with me or you're going to see me on the news. You're going to see me in the tabloids because I'm about to blow the fuck up. November 18th, Palm Beach Improv, 8 p.m. I posted a free ticket, tickets to my IG. You can bring as many people as you want as long as they show the ticket. I look forward to seeing everybody there. Love, peace.